Imagine if the reason some families build wealth generation after generation isn't luck, privilege, or magic, but discipline, mindset, and rules that never change. Today, breaking down powerful money principles often taught in Jewish tradition. These aren't secrets or shortcuts, but frameworks that have survived thousands of years because they work. And this isn't about religion. This is about strategy. First, money is a tool, not a goal. In Jewish teaching, money is neutral. It's not evil, and it's not worshipped. It's fuel. Money amplifies who you already are. If you're disciplined, money multiplies discipline. If you're careless, it multiplies chaos. This is why the focus is never on chasing money, but on building value. Second, education is the highest return investment. Long before modern banks, Jewish families invested heavily in knowledge because knowledge can't be taxed, stolen, or inflated away. Skills travel across borders and survive collapses. This is why education is prioritized even over comfort. When a child is raised understanding math, negotiation, and critical thinking, wealth becomes a byproduct, not a miracle. Third, cash flow beats status. Jewish culture traditionally values sustainability over appearance. Flashy spending is seen as risky because it drains future freedom. Wealth is measured by stability, not by likes, luxury, or approval. If your expenses rise faster than your income, you are moving backward, even if your lifestyle looks impressive. Fourth, ownership over wages. A job is respected, but ownership is encouraged. Land, businesses, tools, and assets that produce income are favored because time is limited, but ownership scales. This doesn't mean reckless risk. It means calculated ownership where the downside is understood before the upside is chased. Fifth, money must circulate. In this financial philosophy, stagnant money is wasted money. Capital is meant to move into businesses, education, community, and opportunity. Hoarding cash without purpose is considered inefficient. Money should either grow, protect, or help others. If it's not doing one of those three things, it's leaking value. Sixth, debt is a servant, not a master. Debt isn't forbidden, but it's treated with extreme caution. Productive debt that creates income is separated from consumer debt that creates stress. The goal is leverage with control, never dependency. This mindset alone saves people decades of financial pain. Seventh, contracts matter deeply. Words are binding. Trust is currency. In business, reputation is worth more than profit because one broken agreement can destroy decades of opportunity. This is why clarity, honesty, and structure are emphasized. Deals are written, reviewed, and respected because trust compounds faster than money. Eighth, long-term thinking. These financial habits are built around generations, not weekends. Decisions are made by asking, will this help my children, not just me? Short-term pleasure is often sacrificed for long-term security. Waiting is not weakness, it is strategy. Ninth, tithing and giving back. This isn't just about sounding nice. It creates discipline. Giving a percentage of income forces budgeting, humility, and responsibility. It also builds community networks that often become future opportunities. Giving is not a loss. It's a reinvestment into social capital. And finally, 10th, financial conversations are normal, not taboo. Many families fail financially because money is never discussed. Jewish households traditionally talk about money, early earnings, savings, mistakes, and strategy. Children grow up understanding money instead of fearing it. This transparency removes shame and replaces it with skill. If you understand these 10 principles, you build the foundation most people never get. Let's go deeper. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. The 11th principle is adaptability. Survival through change. Jewish history is filled with displacement, which forced adaptability. Assets that could move, skills that could transfer, and businesses that could restart were favored over rigid systems. This created a mindset of flexibility that modern investors still benefit from. The 12th principle is risk management over risk avoidance. Risk is unavoidable, But unmanaged risk is dangerous. Diversification, insurance reserves, and contingency planning are core ideas. You do not bet everything on one outcome. You prepare for storms before they arrive. The 13th principle is mentorship, learning from those ahead of you. Rabbis, elders, and successful merchants were consulted regularly. Pride was expensive, so guidance was valued. You do not need to reinvent the wheel when someone already paid the price to learn the lesson. The 14th principle is time is the real currency. Money can return, time cannot. This is why efficiency systems and delegation are emphasized. The goal is not to work forever. The goal is to buy freedom through smart structure. The 15th principle is accountability, tracking numbers regularly, budgets, profit margins, and expenses are reviewed consistently. Ignorance is the enemy, not failure. If you track it, you can fix it. If you ignore it, it controls you. The 16th principle is resilience. Loss is not identity, failure is information. Many Jewish entrepreneurs historically faced setbacks, but treated loss as tuition, not a verdict. This mindset removes fear and keeps progress moving. The 17th principle is community over competition. Collaboration often beats isolation. Shared resources, partnerships, and group investment reduce risk and expand reach. Alone, you move faster. Together, you move further. The 18th principle is ethical earning. Wealth gained by deception is considered unstable because it attracts legal, social, and personal consequences. Sustainable wealth must align with ethics, or it eventually collapses. Integrity protects profit. The 19th principle is constant improvement, always learning, always refining, always adapting. Stagnation is decay. Markets change, and skills must evolve. Comfort is the enemy of longevity. The 20th principle is gratitude and perspective. Wealth is appreciated, not assumed. Gratitude reduces reckless behavior and increases satisfaction. People who respect money tend to keep it. People who disrespect it tend to lose it. Most people fail not because they lack money, but because they lack protection, structure, and patience. Now let us finish strong. The 21st principle is teach the next generation early. Children learn by observation, not lectures. They watch. Spending habits, work ethic, generosity, and discipline. The silent education shapes future outcomes more than any speech. The 22nd principle is separate emotions from decisions. Fear and greed destroy logic. Decisions are made with data, patience, and consultation, not panic or hype. Emotional control is a financial superpower. The 23rd principle is focus on value creation. The biggest incomes come from solving big problems. Wealth flows to those who serve many people well. This is why entrepreneurship and innovation are celebrated. The 24th principle is simplicity. Complexity hides risk. Simple systems are easier to manage, scale, and protect. Overcomplicated strategies often collapse under stress. The 25th principle is legal structure matters. Proper entities, contracts, and compliance protect assets. Ignoring structure invites disaster. Smart structure is invisible when done right and priceless when needed. The 26th principle is humility. Money can leave at any time. Arrogance invites downfall. This humility keeps people prepared, not entitled. The 27th principle is patience. Compounding works quietly. Small, consistent actions outperform dramatic moves over time. This is why steady investing, saving, and learning beat lottery thinking. The 28th principle is adaptability to technology. From printing presses to modern finance tools, adoption was strategic, not emotional. Tools are evaluated by usefulness, not trendiness. The 29th principle is resilience through values. When markets crash, values remain. Principles guide decisions when emotions run high. This stability is a competitive advantage. The 30th principle is wealth is a responsibility, not an identity. Money does not define worth, it enables impact. When wealth is treated as a responsibility, people protect it, grow it, and use it wisely. These are not secrets hidden behind closed doors. These are principles available to anyone willing to apply them consistently. If you want wealth, stop chasing money and start building systems, values, and discipline, because money follows structure, not desire. If you found value in this, remember, knowledge without action is entertainment. Apply one principle today and watch how your future changes.